ESPN reporter Elle Duncan called out Sheryl Swoops for blatantly hating on Caitlin Clark and spreading misinformation. Caitlin Clark is one of the most polarizing figures in basketball. Typically, a superstar like her gets hate from fans, but in her case, the majority of her hate comes from other players. One former player who has been leading the Caitlin hate bandwagon is Sheryl Swoops. Swoops doesn't seem to like Clark very much, and now she has taken another swipe at the 22-year-old by saying she has better players at the Fever than Angel Reese does at the Chicago Sky, as the pair seem certain to contest the ROTY award in the latest round of their rivalry. But her blatant dismissal of a once-in-a-generation type player had ESPN reporter Elle Duncan exposing Swoops for being jealous and envious.
She's had some thoughts previously about Caitlin. She would later have to apologize of those thoughts being uninformed, she shoots like 60 shots a game, just being a little bit inflammatory and critical without any actual analysis. And she apologized for that during the women's college season, and she's now stepped in it again.
What Elle is referring to is the fact that Swoops believed Angel's game would translate to the WNBA better than Caitlin.
You're trying to come take my job. Like, no, it's not gonna be that easy. So will Caitlin Clark be a good pro? Absolutely. Will Caitlin Clark come into the WNBA and do what she's doing right now? Immediately? Absolutely not. Not gonna happen.
Okay. Swoops also claimed that Clark got her NCAA points record via shots in volume rather than quality, and that she needed more time to beat Kelsey Plum's score before she later apologized for uninformed thoughts. However, since those comments, Caitlin has the record for the most consecutive point assist double-doubles in a rookie season, the most double-doubles by a rookie guard, the first rookie to record a triple-double, the single-game leader in three-point field goals made by a rookie, and she is the youngest player to record a double-double with points and assists in back-to-back games. Oh, and she set the single-game assist record for the WNBA. Now that is just WNBA records. On top of that, she has set 7 different records for the Indiana Fever. In just one short season, she has basically become an all-time great for the Fever franchise and left her mark in the history books. But it seems as if Swoops has it out for Caitlin. Despite proving her wrong, she continues to find reasons to slight Caitlin and big up Angel Reese. In fact, she went out of her way to spread false narratives.
And I'm not really sure what is not connecting with Sheryl and why. And I don't know if some of that is driven in sort of the hurt that she felt from the fan base or some of the attacks that were leveled at her after she had those comments a few months ago. But this feels really, really, really off par. This just doesn't feel right at all. And it is starting to feel a little bit like hate from Sheryl.
Now, Caitlin must be used to the hate by now. There have been few instances where opposing players have hit her with dirty shots that should have resulted in ejections but weren't. Not to mention the overly physical defense that is constantly played on her. The type of defense that wouldn't be tolerated against any other player. But for some reason against Caitlin, it's fair game. Fever's coach Christy Sides has been vocal about what she perceives as unfair treatment towards Caitlin, arguing that the young star is being singled out by officials. Caitlin also echoed these sentiments, stating, "I think everybody is physical with me. They get away with things that probably other people don't get away with. It's tough, but that's just the fact of the matter." As for Sheryl Swoops, Elle Duncan simply wants her to stop hating already.
Who just in this particular space, stop. If the Fever, who won a handful of games last year, are in the playoffs this year, then you have to understand that a large part of that is Caitlin Clark and Aaliyah Boston. Either one of them. I would have accepted either one of those.
Caitlin's playmaking has elevated her Fever teammates as well. Aaliyah Boston is having the best season of her career and was named to the All-Star team. She also received the second most fan votes of any player. On top of that, Caitlin's other teammate, Kelsey Mitchell, also made the All-Star team. Having Caitlin on the team makes it so much easier for her teammates to play their roles. Besides, all they really have to do is hustle and make the right cuts, because Caitlin will find them thanks to her pinpoint passes, and even a few unbelievable bounce passes that leave the defense confused. But when you are a superstar, you have to do more than just win games. You have to generate views. That's part of the deal. And, well, in that sense, she has exceeded expectations. Not only has she been rewriting history on the court, but she is changing the way the organization does business. That is why Elle has a solid case for calling Swoops delusional.
But this just doesn't seem built in reality or fact.
No.
Like if you want to make a really critical, analytical argument and you want to support it with research or whatnot, I get that. Or even just support it with your own opinion. But this just feels, it feels like it's just not true. It just feels like you're intentionally trying to minimize who she is.
Now, although there have been a few slip-ups like the high turnovers or adjusting to the schedule and the tougher defenses, Caitlin has also lived up to her side of the deal. She is a game changer. There are more eyes on the WNBA than ever before, thanks to Caitlin and her dynamic play. And speaking of play, many believe that Caitlin would be a superstar down the road, but a few could have predicted her meteoric rise. Not only has she been helping her team battle for the playoff spot, but she is doing so by putting together one of the most impressive rookie seasons of all time, which is why it is hard not to call Swoops out on her BS.
But she is tripping. What is she talking about? The Indiana Fever won 13 games last year, and they were an 11 seed, or they finished 10th out of 12 teams. Right now, they are an 8 seed. They are in the playoffs, 2 wins away with half a season to go to get their total wins from last year.
Now, Swoops does have some merit for backing Angel Reese. Angel has also put together a historic season. She is the first rookie since Atlanta's Ryan Howard in 2022 to record 5 consecutive double-digit scoring games at the beginning of her WNBA career. Angel is simply a beast in the paint. She had the second most offensive rebounds in a season's first 5 games with 24, ranking behind only all-time great Yolanda Griffith, who had 31. Angel also set a league record for having 7 consecutive double-doubles in a rookie season in June. On the June 30th, 2024 Sky Game against the Minnesota Lynx, Reese broke Candace Parker's record to set the new WNBA record of 10 consecutive double-doubles in a single season. For her troubles, she was named Rookie of the Month in June. Shortly after that, on July 7th, 2024, Angel set the new WNBA record of 13 consecutive double-doubles. But the way Swoops has been backing Angel over Caitlin clearly shows her biases.
This is not the opinion of everyone in the W. I think there have been enough cases of women in the W over the last few months supporting Caitlin, showing their support. I think there's been enough of that now that people can now take something that's seemingly inflammatory and give it and lay it at the feet of that person.
What Elle is saying is true. Early on, it seemed as if every other day another WNBA vet was throwing Caitlin under the bus. However, thanks to her incredible play, she has turned many of her doubters into fans. It is absurd how quickly Caitlin Clark has become one of the best playmakers in the WNBA. Just a few games earlier, Caitlin and Aaliyah Boston became the first duo in Fever history to record 20-point double-doubles in the same game. Both of them were cooking the Mercury. However, that wasn't Caitlin's only accomplishment. She also had 7 first-quarter assists, which did break a franchise record. She now has the Fever record for both assists in a single quarter and assists in a single game. But now she not only has the Fever record for assists, but broke the WNBA record for assists in a game, finishing with 19. The previous record was 18 by Courtney Vandersloot for Chicago. But we should have seen all of these record-breaking accomplishments coming. It's not like it's anything new for her. Caitlin has been raising the bar and setting new records for years now, and she'll be setting several new ones soon enough. As the WNBA season has progressed, the hate against Caitlin has subsided. The reality is that you kind of look silly bashing her when she continues to set record after record and help her team win games. Not to mention all of the viewership records that she is collecting. That's why it's best if Sheryl takes Elle Duncan's advice and just chills out.
As opposed to where it was a few months ago, which is, this is just another example of just the insane amount of hate that's coming her way. I think we've moved past that. I hope so. And I think that this is the greatest indication that we have.
Okay, cool. Sheryl just needs to chill. None of it's true.
Do you know what? She needs to chill out.
Caitlin has been dealing with haters all of her life, so she is used to this. In fact, it seems as if every time anyone speaks negatively about her, she ends up setting another historic record. So maybe we'll see Caitlin come out of the gates firing once the WNBA restarts. Now that sounds like bad news for everyone else in the league, especially those who are backing Angel Reese's Rookie of the Year campaign. Although Caitlin has basically won the award thanks to her assist record, she can really stamp it by keeping Indiana above the Chicago Sky in the standing and also securing a spot in the playoffs. Now that is tough to ask of a rookie, but nothing is impossible when it comes to Caitlin Clark.